I never thought I'd be telling this story. It still haunts me, you know? The kind of thing that changes you forever. It was just supposed to be a normal business trip. Nothing special, just another city, another presentation. As I approached, I could have sworn I saw movement in one of the windows. A face, maybe. But when I looked again, it was gone. The clerk's smile seemed off somehow, too wide, too knowing. His eyes never quite met mine as he handed me the key.
Enjoy your stay in room 237.
His voice was like dry leaves rustling. I shivered despite myself. The hallway was long, the carpet pattern dizzying. Room 237 waited at the end. The key felt cold in my hand, heavier than it should have been. It took 3 tries to get the door open. The room was fine, a bit musty. The wallpaper, a faded floral pattern, peeled slightly at the corners. Nothing I hadn't seen before, but something felt off. The air was too still, the silence too complete. I tried to shake off the feeling as I unpacked. I was exhausted. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I was out. But then, the noises started. At first, it was just scratching, like rats in the walls. I tried to ignore it, to go back to sleep. But then came the whispering. Soft at first, then growing louder. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone. It was wrong. I told myself it was just the old building settling. Just my imagination running wild in an unfamiliar place. I switched on the lamp, hoping to dispel the shadows. That's when I saw it. The wallpaper. It was moving, breathing. The floral pattern was shifting, blooming and wilting in rapid succession. I blinked hard, certain I was still dreaming. But it wasn't a dream. The flowers were changing, morphing into faces, screaming, agonized faces. The room. It was alive. Every surface pulsed with malevolent energy. The floor rippled beneath my feet like water. The ceiling... Oh God, the ceiling started to lower. Slowly at first, then faster. I scrambled for the door, but the handle had disappeared. The wood was smooth, unbroken. There was no way out. The whispering grew louder, becoming a cacophony of tormented voices. They were in my head, clawing at my sanity. The walls were closing in now too. The room was shrinking, trying to swallow me whole. And in those broken shards, I saw something that wasn't me, something ancient, hungry, wearing my face like a mask. The room was closing in, hungry for my sanity, my very being. I could feel it probing my mind, searching for weaknesses. And I knew with terrifying certainty that this was only the beginning of my nightmare in room 237. As the horror consumed me, I realized a chilling truth. I wasn't trapped in room 237. Room 237 was trapped inside me, and it was never going to let me go. I don't remember how I got out. The next thing I knew, I was in my car, driving as fast as I could, my hands still bleeding. I looked back once. The hotel stood there, silent and dark, as if nothing had happened, as if it was just waiting for the next guest. But I knew the truth. And I know that something followed me out of that room. Something that's been with me ever since. Sometimes, out of the corner of my eye, I see it. In reflections, in shadows. Wearing my face, but not quite right. And at night, when it's quiet, I can still hear the whispering, still feel the walls closing in. So I don't sleep much anymore. And I never ever stay in hotels. Because now I know. Some rooms don't want you to leave. They want to keep you forever.